husband. Shower against all the people out there who don't fight on a regular basis, who use a rag. Put it with some soap, rub it, and then wash your body. This goes out for you. So, speaking of taking baths, are you tired of smelling like earring baths? Are you tired of smelling like a cat? Are you tired of just smelling your...
Because of them seeing me reject him the way I did, it would deter other men from doing that, because they didn't want the man. She ain't about to embarrass me. Like, I remember one time, because I worked in a bubble a lot, and COs have a weird sense of humor. And there was one of my he was my range officer. He actually he relieved me for break, and then when I got back, I didn't realize that he had put a sign in the window. And so one of the inmates buzzed in. They was like, "Hey, what's up with the cookies?" Cookies? Oh, I went all the way off. You don't ask me about my cookies and this, that, and the third, girl.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Just to make sure I'm getting it right. Who said what's up with the cookies? The inmate or another CO?
So the officer had left. He relieved me for my break. And then when I got back, he was like, "Okay, I put up a sign, because you put up signs for directions or notifications for the inmates to see from the bubble." And I didn't realize what was on the sign, because officers have weird senses of humor. It's very morbid. And the sign said, "Ask about the cookies." And I didn't realize it. So I'm cussing inmates out. And then one of them finally, after, because they was feeling like this big, and I'm cussing them all out. And one of them was like, "But look, it's a sign right there." And then I looked at the sign. Oh, well, now don't ask me about my cookies, because even when I was wrong, I was still right.
Okay, I was like, is a cookie something like, does that mean like your vagina? I don't know what the cookies were.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were saying, but they literally meant cookies. He was trying to be funny. Yeah.
You know what? They set you up, honey. But okay, so how would they trying to holler at you. If you don't remember verbatim, do you remember something about like what they tried to holler at you, like their pickup line to you? The one guy who did try you, and after that, nobody else tried you?
One guy, he was like, "Hey, you know what the most attractive thing is about you?" No, what the hell is the most attractive thing about me? When you come off like that, because the way I am, I'm always sweet and mild-mannered and whatever. So when I use that voice, there's whoa, you have to leave no ground for confusion, because men, again, whether they in prison, whether they not in prison, they easily get things confused. Like sometimes you can't even look these men in their eyes while you talking to them, because they think that it's something else other than what it is.
My gosh, like that is not. You know what's so crazy? I had a couple of inmates. Actually, this happened recently. This guy, I don't know what prison that he's in or anything else like that. No, actually, it was two guys, but most recent guy, he actually just having a conversation with him through the DMs and stuff like that. Didn't know what he did, but he told me that he got snitched on for he beat up a drug dealer, and the drug dealer snitched on him, so he was in jail for like a couple of years or so. I said, okay, whatever. I feel like it's more to the story, because I'm like, I don't know how you just get a few years for just that. But anyway, needless to say, he says to me, "Hey, this is like maybe the 5th, the 8th, the 10th or 12th message. He's like, "Hey, send me a picture." I'm like, "Send you a picture?" So because he said he liked all of my pictures. He says, "Wow, I liked all your pictures. You're very beautiful. Can you send me a picture?" I'm like, "Bro, just go look at my pictures on my page." I said, "So let me just go the same picture you like. I'm gonna send it back to the DM, okay? Let me just send it back, right?" Because normally what I don't do is, if a regular guy asks me for a picture, I don't do that. I'm just like, "Nope, seen, restrict. I don't have nothing else to say to you, right?" So right. He said, "Well, can you send me another picture, the one without the mask?" I said, "Okay, here you go, brother. I mean, you're in prison. You probably don't have nobody to talk to. Probably haven't had no visits. Let me just be a little nice." Mm-hmm. All right. Wrong move. So, I would say maybe, like 10 more messages. He's not really talking about nothing. He keeps putting heart emojis, like the actual heart emoji in the chat. And I'm like, okay, he's starting to creep me out. Okay. So today I just said, hey, look, I'm gonna just talk with you. He's like, wait, before you go, can you send me another picture? I said, you already got 2 pictures of me. Well, I want some more. I said, brother, if you don't save those 2 pictures that I saved, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Okay. So then he says, I really like you, and I really, can you? And I said, restrict. I don't have nothing for that. And I think what he did was whenever you have a message restrict, like I love restriction. I'm not blocking people no more. You're gonna see this happiness. You're gonna see this glow. I don't want you. I'm not blocking nobody from seeing what I'm doing in my life now. Okay. So anyway, what I think he was trying to send was his penis, because the next, like when it said one new request, it said blurred image content. So I'm pretty sure he was trying to send his penis. Whatever it was, I didn't see it, And again, my entire thing is there are some inmates you can have a conversation with. They cool, they not no creeps or anything else like that. But the other ones, because there was one other inmate, and he was from here in Atlanta, and I liked talking to him because he was interactive. He responded back to my DMs, like with an audio message, all that type of stuff. He actually told me what he did. He told me why he got there, everything. I like talking to him. He not once did he ever try hollering at me, none of that. But the other ones, they were just like all over the place, right? And I'm like, brother, I try to give you the benefit of doubt, stuff like that. One of them, I think after I had maybe a quick video call with him, and the video call was cool. We were just sitting there shooting the breeze, chopping up. I made him laugh. He's like, yo, you are freaking hilarious. All right, cool. After we got off the call, he sends me a message like maybe several minutes later, says, hey, I would like to, talk to you and get to know you a lot better. And I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that, but I'm cool. Okay. And that's something else that kind of like I don't understand about guys. How you gonna say, and I've had women do this to me too, how you gonna sit here and say, oh, can I get to know you? You're getting to know me by having a conversation. That's it. Don't be saying, come on now, just have a conversation with me. That's how we're getting to know each other. Come on now. So like I said, with all that being said, there are a few of them who are they're cool, copacetic, all that type of stuff. The other ones, there's something mentally wrong with them. And I'm like, but again, a lot of times it's a lottery analogy for these men. That's pretty much what it is. They think, okay, well, I'm in prison. I'm probably going to be here, until the day I die. Might as well shoot my shot at whoever comes in here next type of thing.
That's what I was getting ready to say. As a former CO, I have sat there and heard many, many phone conversations. And I've talked to there a lot of those guys. You do have some that are genuine, but a lot of those guys are talking to you and 15 other females because they just trying to get some money on their books. A lot of those guys.
And what the thing was? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was saying, and the thing was, none of these, the few guys who I was having a conversation with the Hispanic inmate, that's what he was. He was a Hispanic guy last week. He never asked me for no money. He just wanted some pictures. The other guy, the one who I would have a copacetic, cool conversation with, he never wanted nothing. He just, just shooting the breeze with him. The last guy who I thought everything was cool, he never wanted any money. He didn't want anything like that. The one guy I remember, and this is what's so crazy about the situation. He lied about the reason why he was in prison. I found out through a mutual friend that his real reasoning was. And then he had the audacity to send me a message. He sent me a message because he said, oh, I know Allen Iverson. I know Allen Iverson personally. Like this man, I talk to him all the time. I'm like, oh, you do? Well, let me talk to him and stuff like that. But he said he had the audacity to send me a message saying, hey, can I send you a video of me jacking off? What? And then he's like, I haven't heard from you in about 4 or 5 months. How come I ain't heard from you? I said, because number one, you claimed that you were going to end up sending me, some money, because since you claim that Allen Iverson be balling out on you. Okay. And number two, brother, like you just, I come on now. I'm not interested in you at all. Like, whatsoever. Say, just leave all these other niggas alone and wait for me till I come home. For what? You gonna come home with blue balls, brother? I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. Not. It depends on how long he'd have been in there. He probably ain't gonna come home with blue balls because it's a whole lot of
Homosexuality.
yeah, yeah. And some of the men, it's like they succumb to it wholeheartedly. Like they're in there and day one and by day two, yeah, it took no coercing from anybody else. Nobody had to trick them. Nobody was taking their booty. A lot of them volunteer.
Now, are they able to have sex, or you guys have to put like you can't do that?
No, they're not able to have sex at all. And if you walk into something like that, you have to. It's a PREA situation. You got to separate them. They got to go to the hole. You got to do all this
Wait.
extra
You have
paperwork.
to separate people who are already naked like that.
Girl, what I tell you, I'm like, man, it looked like that ain't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like he was having fun. I ain't really sure. I ain't hear no screaming or nothing, but like he was having fun. It was no, I would hate stuff like that. It would be extra paperwork. But there are situations where I'm laughing about that, but there was situations where it was actually rape. And those are the serious situations so you have to make sure that you address each and every case that you come across, whether it was consensual or whether it was not, because in prison no sex is consensual.
I remember somebody who did go to like juvenile prison. They say, uh, no means no, and yes still means no. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So, okay, so how would you know if it was rape or not? If you heard them screaming, or if you just walked in and you saw them
A
doing
lot of
something?
times up there in Alaska, it was different because they live. Alaska is different. I would say that Alaska is America about not technology wise, but as in morally wise, it's America about 50, 60 years ago. So the guys that were in there, if there was some rape, some stuff really, really going on, they would tell you, especially if you're an officer that they know that they can trust, that they know that you are going to handle it, they're going to tell you.
Got you. Okay. Okay. And then once that person does, like, do you have to take it? Do they have to go back to court with that once you found out that they were like, okay, this person raped me and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It's a lot of times for situations like that, they actually have like a court within the prison system as well.
Ah, okay, got it. Yeah, I was just kind of wondering. I'm like, do you just mind your business when you see somebody, enjoying getting slobbed up and down? You just walk by like, okay, well, I'm not gonna look at this. I'm just
No,
gonna keep it to
yeah,
myself.
I know it probably was officers that did, and I would always hate when it happened because I'm waking the whole mob up. Everybody's going to feel my displeasure because you have to address every single thing because he could have been forced to do that, even though it looked like he was enjoying himself, and a lot of times looked like they was enjoying themselves. You still have to address every situation because there could be a chance that yeah, they was being forced to do that.
You know what? And that is to me is like so crazy. And I know you have some people who are just very upset with you, but you actually could have saved somebody. You
Yeah,
never know. So you actually really did do your job. They really should give you $100,000 raise for that.
girl, I said that every time. There was like, yeah, okay. But the state of Alaska, they pay you really well. It is more so that is one of the highest states that pay correctional officers. Unlike the ones here, the officers here, I believe they're making maybe just a little bit above minimum wage, and they're put in much, much more dangerous situations.
That is that's crazy. What?
Yeah, yeah. I would hear of situations and stuff like that going on down here, and because the one time I was like, man, I'm about tired of this, and so I started looking at some of the prison systems and stuff
Mm-hmm.
online down here, and I was like, nope. Nope, no, because the guys down here, the way the world has moved, the men down here, up in Alaska, you don't get brownie points for stabbing a female officer, jumping on a female officer. Down here, they don't care. They done jumped on their mama. So they don't care. down here. It is much, much more dangerous in the lower 48 than it is in Alaskan prison.
Wow, that's you are teaching me something new. You are really teaching me something new. Was there anybody that you ever whoever came, like they found you somehow on Instagram that was a previous inmate or
Yeah.
so? Or okay.
Yeah, I've had inmates actually come up to me. Yeah, so I saw your profile on such and such. Oh, you did, huh? Oh, okay. Well, that's when I went and made it private. I had to make all of my accounts private, and that was just because. I mean, it wasn't anything on there that I was ashamed of, but it was just because I knew what they weird asses was doing behind the scene. So no, you ain't gonna be doing that off of my profile. You bet you get somebody else.
You know what? It's amazing that you never know though. You're very much right about that. Cover your own self. Cover those base, man. It's that's actually pretty interesting. That's actually pretty interesting how those how that can end up being and everything. So I commend you for even doing that. Was that always like your dream job to be a CEO, or that
No,
just came?
no, I was scared. I was horrified. I was always told that I am like a Jigglypuff. I'm not sure if you're familiar with
Never heard
Pokemon.
of it.
A Jiggly. So next time you get a chance, look up a Jigglypuff. They're cute. They're fluffy. They're pink, and they sing. I can't sing, but it's something about a Jigglypuff that calms everybody down. And that is who I am. And I went into a male maximum security prison, and the hardest thing I ever did was work at a fiberglass manufacturing plant. And I went up there, and I had never even left out of my state. So the whole situation was really, it showed me the type of woman that I really am. It made me realize that I had strength that I didn't know was there, because that is some scary stuff. And in hindsight, looking back on it, it is really, really scary to leave what is comfortable and familiar to go to some place where you don't even have no family.
I bet your family was like, "What the hell is she doing all the way out there?"
Yeah,
Like,
they
did they come visit you?
No, they didn't even believe I was going. They didn't. Well, girl, we are, our time is starting to run down. I wanted to ask you a quick question about your career.
Go ahead.
What made you become a comedian?
So what made me become a comedian was went through a series of unfortunate events, just trying to figure out like exactly what was it that I really wanted to be.
Lemony Snicket.
Yes, honey, Lemony Snicket. That movie did not do the book justice, but hey, it's okay. It happens. So one of the first thing I said was I wanted to be a chef, right? And it wasn't until I realized that I hate math, and I was failing math like damn near every year in school. Okay, like how you got those kids who are in second grade reading on a sixth grade reading level.
Yeah, well, that was me.
I was in. Oh, you know what? Well, damn you! I was in second grade.
I'm sorry.
Just letting you know. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
I was in second grade reading on a pre-K level. Okay, like we tried the hooked on phonics, but honey, I was hooked on stupid. I know for a fact my mother was tired of showing up at that school for these PTA meetings in a new wig. Is that Miss Crump or Shaka Khan? We still don't know to this day. All right. Next thing I said was I wanted to be like a WWE like wrestler, right? And I was just gonna do that because my husband, my third or fourth husband, John Cena, was in there, and I just wanted to get close to him. But I realized this Negro was like 20 years older than me. Not only is this Negro 20 years older than me, those wrestling moves, they hurt. And plus, honey, I'm 180 pounds. You gotta slim down to be like 120. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't know how to do that. I'm thick for a reason.
Right. Okay? Right.
You know, I'm not doing all that mess. All right. Last thing, so I wanted to be a hairstylist. I wanted to be a hairstylist, and it wasn't until I realized that you had to stand up on your feet all day and you could catch carpal tunnel. So what happens if you try to go home to masturbate? You can't.
Yeah, you can't. Well, I don't know, girl. You can get creative. They got a toy for everything now.
Yeah, it's called I'm Rich Brock. I use my hands at the time, but I don't masturbate no more. So hey.
Oh well, girl, I give myself a standing ovation when I can.
I believe, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's better to
Mhm.
do it yourself than somebody else that doesn't need to be done. How about that?
Very true.
But that's how I got into it. I started comedy in 2016, and then I on Snapchat. So I transported my videos from Snapchat to Instagram, and I said, hey, I started the Kyndra Crump Show podcast. And people were like, Kyndra, you're freaking hilarious. You need your own TV show. So hey, why don't y'all listen to until I get my TV show? Just listen to my podcast while I talk my mess and everything. So that's how it happened.
Okay. Well, that is good. And I see our time is winding down. With that being said, let everybody know where they can find you so they can follow you.
Yes. So I decided to kind of revamp myself again last night, but making sure all my names are pretty much the same so people won't get confused or nothing like that. So my podcast, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, everything, The Kyndra Crump Show. Okay. Or Twitter is just Kyndra Crump. Instagram is The Kyndra Crump Show. So KYNDRACRUMP and then show. So The Kyndra Crump Show, and then YouTube Kyndra Crump. It's that's where you guys can find me. Make sure if you guys come to my page on my Instagram, don't just be showing love and not follow me back. Don't be that person. Okay, do not be that person. Y'all, those are weirdos. Y'all need your credit score lowered. Okay, just saying. How you gonna sit here like 100 different pictures and not follow the person? Who does that?
There's a lot of weirdos out there. A lot of weirdos out there.
It's so crazy.
I tell you, but thank you so much for thank you for coming. I really enjoyed it. So to all my audience, hey, look, get my drink back, baby.